All right, looks like let me see if I can somebody can hear me. If you're on here and you can hear me, let me know real quick that you can hear me before I start talking. Let me see. Make sure that I can be heard before I start talking. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay, yeah. All right. So, welcome to the No More Lies 2012 YouTube channel. So, today's video, we are going to be discussing the topic of relaxers. And so, I have my notes here, so I'm going to be looking down because I have a whole lot to say, and I really want people to join into the discussion about what I'm going to talk about. And so, I want to go ahead and give the disclaimer that this video is in no way bashing anybody who gets relaxers or are pro relaxers. It's not meant to be negative or anything. So if you're watching this and you are team relaxers, I want you to have an open heart, open mind, and I want you to have some listening ears, okay? And then that goes both ways if you're natural as well. So listening ears and open hearts and minds. All right. So so the reason why I want to talk about our naturals going back to relaxers is because I ran across a Facebook post. Hey, Devin. I ran across a Facebook post on in this group that I'm in. And so the person who wrote the post, let me just go back up so I can read it real quick. I'm going to paraphrase it so that I can keep their anonymity just in case they follow me for whatever reason. But anywho, so someone had posted that after being natural for several years, and by several, like over 5 years, they decided to go back to the quote creamy crack, and they're going to relax their hair pretty soon. And they wanted to have a discussion about relax versus natural, but they had put in a post. They were like, but I already done a ton of research, and they're in cosmetology school, and they know that you can have healthy, relaxed hair, and that from our childhood, from our moms and grandmas, they were doing our hair wrong with the relaxers, that you can have healthy, relaxed hair. And that there are people on YouTube that have healthy, relaxed hair. And so basically she said that, she wanted to have a healthy discussion about natural versus relaxed, but that her mind wasn't changing. So whatever. So, so the post had over 100 comments, including mine. And I had mentioned on a comment, I said, well, I've been natural for 10 years and going back to relax is not an option for me, but to each their own. Right. As it was amazing to me as I was going through this post that there were so many people, naturals, who've been natural for years, like not 1 and 2 years. Like these are people who natural over 5 years, talking about, oh, I'm glad you said that. I've been thinking about going back to natural. To going back to relax. I'll be natural a few more years and then I'm done. It's easier to be relaxed. Other people were talking about confirming that you can have healthy, relaxed hair, that they were saying that they regretted that they had went natural because they don't know what to do with their hair. They've been spending all this money on different products. And okay, going natural after high school. Okay. They've been spending all this money on products and it's costing them too much money. But on the flip side, you had people telling her not to do it, that they had relaxed their hair after being natural and now they regret it. Some people said they ended up just doing locks instead, getting locks in her hair. And so I just wanted to bring up this question because people were saying, oh, I think it's a trend now that people are going back to being relaxed after being natural. And I haven't necessarily heard anybody talking about going back to being relaxed. Although I hear people just always complain about being natural, that it costs too much money. And I'm just curious if you're natural with natural hair, if you are thinking about going back to a relaxer, has that ever been a thought for you? Because for me, I have not. It hasn't been a thought in my mind since I've been completely natural. You've been natural since 1999. Yeah, I just don't. It's just amazing to me. And like I said, I'm not gonna say one way or the other, I'm gonna like try to stay neutral, because I do have a whole lot more to say about this post that I'm gonna get into. Yes, it is a personal choice and decision. And so for me, like I had said, I mentioned in the comment, it wasn't an option for me, but everybody has to do their own thing. And so I started thinking about, what, because they mentioned like the natural hair community. And to me, the natural hair community is more than just, oh, I'm just not getting a relaxer. It's more than that. And for me, being natural, is so I always tell myself being natural is 50% the hair side, which is like the getting, the products, the doing the fun hairstyles, and uh like the maintenance and everything that's mechanical, they have to do with your hair. And then the other 50% of being natural is all about your mindset. It's about like your mind, how you think of yourself, like the reasons why you went natural, what makes up your natural self is what I think about when I with natural. And so for me, I was curious to see if people had any like specific reasons of why you went natural, because sometimes the reasons why you go natural is not necessarily the same reasons that's going to keep you natural. For instance, some people, go natural because it's a trend. That's what everybody doing. Some people go natural because they want to get long hair by tomorrow. I was one of them people. I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I need to have long hair tomorrow, like for real, like not next week. I want to have tomorrow. Uh, and I'm also gonna stop here and there to read what y'all are saying, because I do want to know what y'all are saying. So MT says, I think some of this is because of texturism as well. Lucid curls have taken over the natural hair movement. Many 4C naturals are feeling like they are looked down upon and not being celebrated. Yeah, I agree with that too. Because I was about to say some people go to natural because they want to see how their curls look. If they're gonna actually get a looser curl, are they gonna have the tight curls? Some people just do it just to try it out to see, how it goes. And some people actually think that having natural hair may be easier than having relaxed hair too. But for me, I went natural. I will say, like I said, when I first went, let me stop trying to hit this thing so my computer don't fall. When I first went natural, one of the reasons why I did go natural was because I wanted to see what kind of curl pattern I was going to get. I wanted to see, really did want to get long hair, and I had made that a goal of mine. But those things didn't necessarily help me stay natural, because those are just very minute things that could just, fall by the wayside. Some other trend can start tomorrow, and then you want to do that the next day. So you have to think about, when you go natural, what is going to actually keep you natural. It's not about, oh, I can have healthy hair whether I'm natural or not. It's really not necessarily about that. It's really, like I said, about that other 50%. What is in your mind? What is your mindset about being natural? So Audrey says she's been natural since 2009 or 10. It's a no-no to go back to this rubbish. I stopped several years before. Yeah. And another thing, when you've been natural for so long, that's like, for example, for someone who has issues with substance use. I'm just going to give you like a blunt example. You've been sober for 8 years, and then you decide that you want to take, a drink of alcohol just because it's just easier for you to just drink alcohol. That doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't make sense to me. So if somebody can make it make sense as far as like how you can be natural for so many years and then just go back to being relaxed, all because, oh, you heard that you can have healthy relaxed hair. I don't know, if can you have healthy relaxed hair? Is that a thing? Can you have healthy relaxed hair? Enlighten me. I don't know. I feel like if and another thing, that's what somebody mentioned in the comments. They were like, well, if you have natural hair, that doesn't mean you have healthy hair. And if you have relaxed hair, that doesn't mean that your hair is unhealthy. But what does it mean to have healthy hair? What does it mean to have healthy natural hair or healthy relaxed hair? Like, I mean, I think that's up for interpretation to the person. For me, when I want to think about having healthy, relaxed hair, I'm just thinking about the aesthetic look of it, that is shiny, that is straight, that is long. But But does that necessarily mean that your hair is healthy because it's shiny, is long, or it's not breaking off on it? Does that mean that your hair is healthy? I mean, if you're putting a chemical on your hair, I'm not understanding what part of that is healthy. And people can say, oh, well, if you put color on your hair, well, that's why I also don't put color on my hair necessarily, as far as for the health standpoint. So if you know somebody who has quote healthy relaxed hair, or if you believe you can have healthy relaxed hair, I would like to know that as well, because a lot of people in the comments of this post, including cosmetologists, were saying that you can have healthy relaxed hair, that you need to go to an actual stylist to do it the correct way, so that you're not quote damaging your hair. But I don't know what's the chicken or the egg. So Princess Key says, I don't care how much time I spend on wash days or how tired I might be, I would never go back to relaxers. I stopped using it in 2014 and been natural since 2016. Yeah. I mean, because if you think about it, well, for me, we always talk about wash days being long days, but whenever I got relaxers, that was a whole day process. That was a whole day process for me, like, because you have to also get your hair straightened and all of that. It was still a whole day process. Granted, you did it once every how often, but I mean, you can do the same thing with your natural hair. I mean, I used to wash my hair once every month or every other month, so I don't really see the difference. Um, okay, I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. Anka 11. I was so excited to go natural after years of long hair with relaxer. First time I big chopped, I love it. Until it got to a certain length, it was too much for me to handle. Yeah. With me, when I had relaxed hair, I actually never had long hair. My relaxed hair probably grew like shoulder, like about this long. That's as long as it got. And so I always had this misconception that in order to have long hair, not to just make this about long hair, but in order to have long hair, that I had to be a different race, just to be honest. And I grew up with step siblings in my household who were biracial, and they had like the curly hair, but and then they would straighten it tomorrow, and then a few days after that, it was back curly again. And so that was the image that I had growing up, that you had to be a certain race. And I didn't really see that in people in my school, because everybody either had relaxed hair or you was weaved up. And I was that also. I was also like weaved up with something, some kind of braid, some kind of quick weave, some kind of something glue in my head. So yeah. Nicole, Agent, how often should we wash our hair? So it really just kind of depends on what you're actually doing with your hair. So for me, like so for example, if my hair is styled in these twists, right? So obviously I'm not gonna wash my hair right now. It really just depends on what all you're doing to your hair. If you do a hairstyle where you got a lot of gels or something in your hair, then you don't want to keep that in your hair every so long. So I always just recommend every 2 to 3 times. I mean, not 2 to 3 times a month, or every 2 to 3 weeks is what I would recommend. If you're doing something else that requires you to do it weekly, then you might have to do it weekly. Princess Key, it's a literal chemical. I'll never understand how people think they're healthy. Your growth is just transitioning hair that you retouch. Yeah, and that's another thing. When I first went natural, well, actually, let me not even gonna say when I first went natural. My last so hold on, wait. Let me get this right. So first of all, let me say this. There's a difference between not getting relaxers and going natural. So for the longest, I was not getting relaxers. So I don't consider my last relaxer is when I went natural, because it's like a whole year and a half difference. So like in January 2010, I stopped getting relaxers out of not wanting to travel to go get one, because I would travel hours away because I was in college, and I would travel for my aunt to do it. And so I just stopped doing that. But I wasn't necessarily going natural, because what I was doing was putting glue in my hair, weaving up something, braiding up something, because I knew how to do my own hair or sew in or something. I wasn't natural. I didn't have, so like I said, being natural is 50% mindset. I didn't have that mindset that I was natural. I just wasn't getting a relaxer. So that is also like a big difference. Like you may not be getting a relaxer anymore, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're natural either. Let me see. And sorry if I'm saying this wrong. Yeah, I immediately graded it. I did a second chop and was better prepared for it the second time around. I won't go back to relaxers. I don't even use heat, and now my hair is longer. Yeah, a lot of people have talked about regretting when they big chopped, but that second time around was like better for them for whatever reason. But yeah, I don't have any plans to relax my hair to start over or anything like that. I had healthy, long, relaxed hair for most of my life. For most of my relaxed life, but it was only for a limited time. It would eventually break off at a certain length. I was constantly getting trims because of splits. Yeah, I did come across somebody one time who actually had really long, healthy, relaxed hair, but because of my mindset, I was like, um, well, to me, it looked like it was healthy hair. But for me, my mindset was like, well, she must have like got some kind of like super gene or something, or she has to be like 10% of some other race or something. Like I really did not think that black people could have long hair. I had a cousin who had long hair growing up, but that was relaxed as well. But I feel like it was like a genetic something from the beginning. But I have seen people who have relaxed long hair, and there's not necessarily a correlation between one or the other. Princess Key, in my mom's defense, though, she's been preconditioned, like most of us, to believe black hair couldn't grow. Weird, since she had butt length hair as a kid and has since apologized for that comment. Yeah, it's funny because my mom, she doesn't even have, I don't know how this happened, but my mom, she has natural hair. She's not necessarily I don't think she necessarily considers herself natural, but she hasn't had a relaxer in, I don't know, over 20 years, and her hair is like naturally straight. Basically, she has like equivalent to like 2A or 2B hair, if you want to think about chart wise. And she had long hair when I was growing up, but I never correlated that I could have that. And because her hair was straight, I didn't have really an image to go off of because she normally just wore her hair like straight. Yes, retouching was super annoying. Stretching my relaxer was also stressful. Is anybody like me when I was relaxed? The new growth hair, did everybody talk about your new growth? Did anybody know that was your natural hair? Because I didn't. I didn't know that the hair, when your hair started growing back, that was your natural hair. Like I didn't know that. I just it was always called new growth to me, and new growth was just new growth. It wasn't natural hair, and yeah, that was a pain to deal with, for especially for me. It was like because my around the roots of my hair is actually like 4C, and just when it was growing in and trying to like comb it out, oh my gosh, combing it out with them straight ends, it was just a hot mess. I don't want to go back to that. Relaxes burn like the seventh circle of hell, and sometimes my mom would do them way too soon, and there'd be burn scars, and she'll burn my scalp and skin even more. So glad to be away. Yeah, I don't miss them burns and putting that base around your hair. Relaxers damaged my hair so bad I had no choice but to go natural. Yeah, over time, that's going back to like whether or not can you have healthy relaxed hair. Like, I mean, I can't say if you can have healthy relaxed hair or not. I really can't, because just because I didn't have it or somebody I know didn't have it doesn't mean somebody else can't have it. But again, what do you consider to be healthy relaxed hair? Like I said, just the chemical makeup itself is not necessarily natural. Like you're not putting a natural product on your hair. So I don't understand how it could be healthy. Why do people constantly seek validation about what to do with their hair? And if someone chooses to do something other than what someone else has chosen to do, then the bashing and judging begins. Yeah, I agree, which is why I said in the beginning that this is not necessarily to judge anybody or even bash anybody. I just want to understand if, someone mentioned there could be possibly a trend where naturals are going back to being relaxed. I haven't necessarily seen anybody that I know of going back to being relaxers, other than people just complaining about not understanding their hair, not understanding, all the products that are out there and what to choose from and that kind of thing. But this is definitely like, this is why whenever I open up some of my videos, you'll hear me say, embrace who you are. Like, I really want people to embrace them. And so if part of you is that you want to have, chemical straight hair, then that is you. That's going to make you happy. But at the end of the day, you have to look at pulling off that layer of skin and realizing that the image that you're representing, is that really you? Is that the person that you feel comfortable with representing? So, like I said, being natural is 50% the mechanical side and 50% the mindset. Like, it's all in your mind. Like, what is in your mind? I think I would have a better level of my natural hair if my mom knew how to do hair. I was traumatized by the dookie braids, not the dookie braids. I always wanted dookie braids when I was little, as soon as I could. And now they're like all over the place calling them jumbo braids or whatever, them dookie braids. As soon as I could relax, I did. My mom is super happy. I see the light. Okay. Yep. I was always asked if I was Ethiopian or part Indian, not Native American, just because I had long, relaxed hair. I lived in the South. It wasn't normal to see. Yeah, it wasn't really normal. And if you did have long hair when you were relaxed, it was like, what miracle? What miracle were you blessed with? I don't know if it was the lie in the relaxer or not. I mean, that's why my name is No More Lies. I don't care if it was lie or no lie. I don't want it. I don't want it. I think about it. I miss relaxers. I don't necessarily think about it. But yeah, if you miss relaxers, you just miss relaxers. I mean, I didn't have a hate relationship with it. It was just the thing to do. Like, I didn't know any better. You grow up as a kid, or for me, you grew up as a kid getting relaxers as part of your natural hair routine. You didn't know anything different. So for me, I didn't know anything. I didn't know any better. I got a relaxer because that's what we were supposed to do. You got relaxers. So people don't even eat natural food, so who cares if what you put on your hair is natural or not? That's very true. People don't eat natural food, which is why that's an issue too. As far as like America and everything with illnesses, but like I said, everybody has to do them. Some days you want to do right, some days you don't. So you have to just pick and choose. You have to pick and choose your battles. All right. So another thing I wanted to mention about this was that somebody was saying that, well, you don't hear other races talking about, oh, I'm going to get a relaxer. Or at least that's what somebody had commented. And so I don't necessarily, hang out with other races that have, I guess, an interest in the type of hair or not. But that is true. Like, I don't know if it's just within like the Black community where we're more I can't even talk. We're more focused on having straight hair or what, like, if you're getting a relaxer, are you getting a relaxer because your hair is straight? You want your hair to be straight, or are you getting a relaxer because you want manageability? That's another question to ask yourself. One of the reasons why you're getting a relaxer is you want your hair to be straight or manageability. And so other races, they get relaxers because they want their hair to be the opposite. So if their hair is straight, then they want it to be curly. The perm is out there for them. Yeah. So that's another question to ask: is are you getting a relaxer because you want straight hair or because you want manageability? Another thing is that if you are not natural yet, should you even go natural? Like, should you even go natural if the only reason why you're going natural is because of the trend, is because you see what it's doing for other women, or because you want to reach a goal with your hair? Like, should you even go natural because of that? That's another thing. Like, should you even go natural? Should you just keep getting relaxers because that's what you're comfortable with? I had long, relaxed hair most of my life. Then I grew out long, natural hair after a big chop. Then relaxed and bleached my hair. Now after another big chop, I have a blonde afro. I love my hair every way. Yeah. Kudos to you. You have to love your hair. You have, regardless, You have to love the way your hair grows. You have to love the way it's, not acting right. You have to find love in it. Otherwise, you resort to hate, and you don't want to have any kind of hate towards yourself. That, you want to have love towards yourself. And kudos to, how's that blonde afro going? Because whenever I don't have it with me, but whenever I was not natural, I would always wear blonde weaves because I like blonde hair. And so y'all, I actually bought As I Am, that those, that people doing this, what is it? The color, the temporary color stuff. I had bought the As I Am color thing, and it's blonde. And so I'm gonna show that in the upcoming video. But I'm not gonna ever dye my hair. I will play around with like the colors that's not damaging to my hair or anything, but I won't necessarily dye it because I'm a chicken. If I would have dyed my hair, I should have did it when I was relaxed, so that I could have got it out my system. I dislike when we compare what other races do as opposed to what we do and deal with. Our struggles are different. Yeah, very true. Very true. It's funny because it's like I don't know. I'm not in a whole bunch of circles, but it seems like only, Black people are more focused on talking about our hair, talking about our looks. I don't necessarily hear white people talk about how straight their hair is or anything like that. I don't, or what they're doing with their hair versus what they're not doing with their hair. I don't know if it's just something that is within the Black community because of we've been conditioned to believe something wasn't beautiful or what. I hate flat hair now since I've gone natural. I used to love bone straight hair. Yeah, it's funny because I got to a point where so my volume of my hair has changed. My hair is low density now, and so I've just embraced that my hair is just not going to be big. It's not going to be voluminous, and so I have embraced the flat hair. It's just flat. It just is what it is. And I don't know a lot of like, and I know a lot of y'all. People started using this word YT because people in this post too were saying like YT. I didn't even know that meant white people, y'all, or WT, whatever it was. YT. I didn't know that people were saying W. I'm out of the loop, but yeah, white people, white coworkers who almost all dyed their hair blonde to fit an image of what they think beauty is. Relaxers made my thick, long hair easier to manage and style. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the purpose. My hair never accepted the products, and my edges are still crying because of the relaxers. Today, I use natural products, and I really appreciate my hair. Yeah, have to really appreciate your hair. Since I have been natural, my hair is grown so much. Yeah, and make sure as your hair is growing that you're retaining the length that you're growing, so that if your goal is to have long hair or just have a certain type of length, then you want to make sure you're retaining the growth. Yeah, and that's whole another topic in regards to the natural hair community, like long versus short. Not everybody is natural, wants to have long hair. Some people are natural and that's just who they are. Some people want to be natural and because they want to grow their hair long. Some people want to just have short natural hair. But for me, I did, like I said in the beginning, have the goal of wanting to get long hair because I wanted to prove that I did not have to be biracial. I did not have to be a whole nother race to have long hair, and I wanted to prove it to myself. And so that's why some of my channel is focused on getting long hair. Since I have been, I've always wanted an afro, but when I was natural last time, started heating protective style. This time I'm determined to have a huge fro. I can't wait. I wish I could have like I said, I've embraced who I am. I've embraced it. I'm just not going to have a huge fro. I'm not going to have, all the big curls and stuff like that. And so I just embraced that. But I love looking at photos of people who do have the voluminous hair and fros and stuff like that. My hair is just flat, but I'm embracing my flat hair. I'm gonna embrace her. Yeah, it's so harsh for our health. Yeah, yep. It's so much stuff that's harsh for our hair, for our health, and for our hair. Sometimes the products that we use are harsh to our hair as well, even with being natural. So Okay, one other thing I wanted to mention. I don't want to keep y'all too long. I am enjoying the conversation and the comments that y'all are having. So another thing with being natural is that I've come to the conclusion, as far as for myself, that being natural is bigger than me, is bigger than you, because you have to look at the younger generation, right? Recently, I had went to a friend or my husband's friend's house, and they have little girls. And every time I get around these little girls, they look at me with like a confused face because they see, and when they look at me, they're not necessarily looking at me, they're looking at my hair. And at the time, I had like my hair out, and so what I see is that, okay, they see that, okay, I look like them, my hair looks like them, but they don't understand. I don't know, but they don't understand like that this is possible, that you can grow up and have long natural hair. You can just grow up and just have natural hair in general. And I think what they miss out on is because they have moms who are not natural and they're wearing straight hair, and they don't understand. I mean, as little girls, I mean, if you're a girl on here, you were a little girl, and you grew up seeing people who had certain hair, and you would aspire to have that type of hair. And so you have to look at, there's a younger generation, whether that's your own daughters or cousins or whoever, who are looking at you, and they're going to aspire to what you are. So if you're either going to influence them about, by embracing all of you, or you're going to influence them by putting on something that is not part of your identity. And so that's another thing. So, and I know that's probably going to touch somebody who not ready to receive that, but you have to look at, your hair is part of your identity. So what part of your identity are you trying to represent? Are you trying to represent your true self? You woke up like this self, or are you trying to put on a different look for yourself that's not part of who you really are, if that makes sense. I don't have big curls on 4C, but I know hair, and I don't deal with breakage. Yeah, breakage. But yeah, so let me know what you think about that. I I'm always like happy when I'm walking out in public and I'm gonna be around a whole bunch of black people, whether it's little girls, older women, or whoever, and I'm rocking my natural hair. And just to be honest, I'm just gonna be straight honest with you. When I go out in public and I'm rocking my natural hair, and then I'm looking at somebody who, they not natural, I'm doing a little extra. I'm, flipping my hair a little bit too much. I'm, twisting around a little bit too much just to be seen. Because like, and sometimes I don't, and a lot of times I don't do that. I just be myself, and I'm seen regardless. But there are times where, when you go to places and people are there to be seen, and so, you're supposed to be seen. And so I do feel confident and, happy that, I'm able to go in this environment and be, this, while somebody, went to the environment and they chose to be something else. So, and that just goes both ways, whether you wearing weave, whether you have a relaxer or whatever, not to throw the weave in there, but people do hide behind that too. Exactly. That's a big part of why I keep my natural hair. The younger generation, I want self-hate. Yeah, self-hate. That's a big thing, because like, I mean, when I went natural, I had family members talking about my hair. Like, oh, why you do that? And I mentioned that in my story time video, if you watch that. Like, it's really real. Like, people do talk about you with your natural hair, but guess what? You have to be confident. You have to know who you are, and you have to, you know, basically say it's for the birds. Whatever they say is for the birds. Yes, I want my daughter to be natural. You have any recommendations for kids products? You know what? Kids products is tricky. I have a 4-year-old. He's a boy, and he has natural hair that I'm growing out. And just to be honest, I'm just gonna be real honest with y'all. I'm not taking care of his hair. I use one of them green detangling brushes things, and I brush the crap out of it. And I use Walmart shampoo, like body wash shampoo stuff for his hair still, that baby stuff. I have I have used Shea Moisture, but Shea Moisture does not work on his hair, the kid stuff. And so, to be honest, I really don't have no recommendations for kids because I'm not even. But I think it's because he's a boy, and I don't. I mean, I don't know. But what I will say is that I have used melanin hair care, elongating cream on his hair, and his hair does like that. And his hair also loves the Shea Moisture. What I used to, was it used to be one of my staple products in my staple product video last year, the Jamaican Black Castor Oil Styling Lotion from Shea Moisture. His hair really loves that. I need to actually go back and buy that again. But as far as shampoo and conditioners, I haven't really found anything that works. And I try not to use adult products because, with kids, you don't want stuff getting in their eyes and stuff. And so I haven't really explored that too much. I always aspired to have my little pony. I became friendly with bleach as a teenager, and now I change my hair color every 2 weeks. Love my paste colors. Yeah, I mean, I like that people are, they're experimenting with colors. It's just I just can't. But like I said, I do have that as I am blonde. Blonde. What do you call them things? Temporary colors. Whatever they call it. But I'm gonna show it on my channel pretty soon. I'm gonna do a hairstyle with it. Yeah, I flung my coils proudly. Yeah, I mean, shoot, I ain't been natural for 10 years just to be all, meek and stuff. No. I like it all weave, braid, straight or fro. I love all hair. Yep. I used to shoot I used to abuse my friend with getting my hair done with some braids. And then I know how to braid my own hair too, but yeah. But I don't know. I haven't when I went natural, I had gave it all up. I haven't worn any weave in 10 years. And it just really don't make sense for me to wear weave now. Although there are some people who are natural with long hair who do still wear weave. But yeah, I just decided just to let it go. I let it all go. But I do like a lot of the braid style. My sister is a braider, and she was supposed to braid my hair, but I got scared and chickened out. But I do like a lot of those knotless braids and stuff like that. Like, I love those. But I just can't do it for my hair. I'm scared. Try, what's Mish? Leave-in on his hair is detangles on so well. I'm gonna write that down. I don't know if that's the right spelling. Mish. I never heard of that. Mish. My daughter's hair is naturally curly, and I want to keep it that texture. Depending on the age, the texture is gonna change. My son, when he was little, I mean, if you have kids, their hair texture change, and his hair is. I thought it was gonna be like my husband. My husband, he has hair. He's like 3C hair, 3B. And I thought my son's hair was gonna be like that when he's a baby, but now he's like 4B, 4C hair. And like I said, I'm rough with his hair. Yeah, the Jamaican Black Castor Oil leave-in. I like that one. I just don't like the idea of dipping in. It's because it's loose, and I just like the bottle better. Joyco Moisture Recovery line. I'm gonna write that down. My edges. Yeah, my edges. If you've had a kid, like, my whole edges came out. And so I have some edges, and I don't necessarily, and I've told y'all before, I don't necessarily, do the whole edge thing, but my edges are very sensitive. Very sensitive. I tried the yall products. I've thought about trying those, but yeah, because of that whole backlash thing, I don't know. I gotta do my research about yall. Why are you into low manipulation? I am into can't even talk, y'all. I am into low manipulation because that has contributed to me having long hair and keeping long hair, and also because I'm lazy. And also, even if I wasn't relaxed, I was still doing low manipulation. I mean, when I was relaxed, I was doing low manipulation then. I wasn't really doing nothing to my hair. Like, my friend who's my roommate in college, she would tell you, like, I was not really doing nothing with my hair. Like, I just naturally I wasn't someone who did something with my hair. And when I got my hair done, like, if I got some braids, and if I got some braids today, I'm having the same braids in my head 2 months from now. Like I'm not doing nothing with my hair, and that's just been me naturally. And that's just who I am. I'm just not gonna do much with my hair, regardless if I'm relaxed or natural. And they are not that good for my daughter's hair. What's not the Mayel's not good for your daughter's hair? But yeah, low manipulation. That's just my number one tip. And one of my number one tips in regards to keeping and retaining long hair is to do low manipulation. Also, because I'm just lazy, I'm not really doing much with my hair. It's mainly it's been in a scarf. I did this a week ago. They still look good. The video dropping tomorrow, by the way, for this. But anyways, I did this over a week ago, and they still look good. It's because I've had it in a scarf. It's been in the scarf for a week, basically. How long do I keep my twist in? The longest I've kept my twist in is 8 weeks. But you have to keep it moisturized. So spritzing water on it, putting product on it, and oil, so that it doesn't lock. But I have my sister-in-law. She actually did mini twists in her hair. Her hair is just as long as mine's. Now it is, but she put some mini twists in her hair. She did it real small, and she left them in the whole time. And now that's how her hair is locked in that way. She did, but she wanted to lock it. She didn't want to do nothing else with her hair. Yeah. But anyways, y'all, I don't want to keep y'all too long. I hope this discussion benefited somebody in regards to relaxers. I do want to do more topics like this where we do a discussion talking about something. And this is just one I chose for today as far as the relaxers. But I'm just looking through my notes to make sure I haven't left anything out, because I really want what I really want people to take away from this, that I really want you to just do you, embrace you, because that's the most important thing, that you walk into this world being confident in who you are, and you can wake up and and be like, I woke up like this, because that's what I do every day. I woke up like this. And that if waking up is with you having a relaxer, then go ahead, do that. If waking up is you being natural and being your best self, then I want you to do that too. But I just wanted to have a discussion because, like I said, it is a part of your mind. What is going on in your mind that you feel like you have to make yourself look something different that you weren't naturally born with? You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm coming from with it. In regards to that whole relaxer thing, like I said, I'm not necessarily one way or the other. I chose my path, and my path is to be natural, but that doesn't mean somebody else have to choose that path. And I don't even want anybody to choose in the path. I don't even want you to be natural if being natural is gonna like make you feel like you losing something of yourself. Like if being natural is just something like a trend you're trying to follow or something. Like I want you to be natural because you want to wake up and be like, this is who I am. This is, whoever you are. Like I said, like my name's, like I just wake up and I'm like, this is me. Like, and I want people to wake up and feeling like they're waking up to being them. Yeah. No, I don't. I don't necessarily have any like hair. So hair growth products are like marketing tactics, right? There's people say stuff grow your hair. I can't necessarily say, but what I will say is that Naturals 85, her YouTube video that she has on making this hair product, I had did that some years ago, and I only used it exclusively for aside from that Jamaican Black casserole styling lotion that I was using with Shea Moisture. I was using it exclusively for some years, and I was keeping my hair away, doing low manipulation. And I feel like that literally the next day, not the next day, but I feel like the next day I woke up and my hair was long. Not to say that I feel like that product helped. I mean, I think that everything that I was doing, as far as like taking care of my hair, and also led to that. But I really feel strongly that I had like the most hair growth when I was using that product. And actually the product that I'm using now that I used on my hair, Nature's Taji, this hairdress, I'm gonna show it in the video tomorrow for you guys. It's similar to that product that I had made from Natural 85, and that's what I'm gonna start using, is that product, and I'll show it to y'all tomorrow. But it does have castor oil in it, and if you know anything how I feel about castor oil, then I mean, the stain stuff. But once your hair dry and stuff, like my hair, like there's no stains or nothing. Like, and then I did my hair a week ago, and my hair is still moisturized. I haven't put nothing else on my hair, and you can, I don't know if you can see, but my hair still has moisture in it. So this definitely a win for me, that product, and I'll share it tomorrow. So true. One of my colleagues' daughters was so happy to realize that black girls can have long hair. Yeah. Then she say that a girl in her school was always saying that she was ugly because of her hair. Let me tell you about this part right here. So when I was in college, I went to a college that did not have a lot of black people. And so when I went to college, it was first, number one, a culture shock to me because I grew up with predominantly black people. Like blacks were the majority, Hispanics was under us, and then I didn't see no other races. I'm just being honest. And so when I went to college, I went to a school that's predominantly white, and so I went with who I was at the time. So I had my blonde hair this week. The next week I had my long braids. The next week I had my relaxed hair straight, and people were like, Chastity, did your hair grow that fast? Then the next week, Chastity, did you cut your hair? Then the next week, Chastity, did you grow your hair back that long? Like, no, like it ain't my hair. So yeah, so I mean, so I'm glad that I don't have to do that anymore, like that flipping and people not understanding that like one week I'm blonde and the next week I got long braids to my butt. Uh but yeah, I mean either way I was cute regardless. I'm cute now. But I'm just saying. But yeah, people not gonna. I mean, you have to. I mean, you have to let your daughter know that she's beautiful regardless. However she wear her hair, beauty is from within. Try supplements, get a good multivitamin, antioxidants. Yeah. Yep. What Celeste said in regards to the and I already told y'all. I mean, I've shared videos before with me getting my blood work and all that stuff done, making sure all my vitamin, like all my levels are normal. I haven't really been taking my supplements. And I did tell you I started taking that juices and botanics hair growth. It's called a hair growth. I don't use it for hair growth, but it's a vitamin, tastes real good. I will start back using it. I can't use it right now because of some medical issues I was dealing with, and I can't have any folic acid, and so but I really like that juices and botanics multivitamin is really good. Yeah. You are what you consume. If you are missing essential nutrients, it's most likely your hair will break easily. Yep, I agree with that. Yeah, yep, that your hair will break easily. Also, drink water. Make sure you're drinking water. I don't drink that much water. I got water right here, and I hadn't drank any in 47 minutes. So yeah, but yeah, I enjoy being on this live with y'all. I'm happy to continue to hang out and talk to y'all until my 4-year-old comes in here and disrupts me. But other than that, I don't really have much to say on the relaxer topic other than I want people to do them. But I don't like the idea that people who've been natural for so many years. I can see if you've been natural for 1 or 2 years and then you went back. I mean, but when you've been natural for 8 years and a whole bunch of years and you go back to having a relaxer, I don't know. I just see it as the example I mentioned, like somebody who on drugs or something. They've been sober for 8 years and then they had decided to start back using because it's easy for them. Like I don't. It just doesn't make sense to me. It really don't. But again, that has to do with your mindset, how you view yourself, and the choice that you make with your hair. So that's all I got to say about it. But yeah. So if I don't see any other comments coming through, so if y'all don't have nothing else, then I'm gonna see y'all in my next video, which is gonna be in the morning. I'm gonna drop uh, the product that I use for this hair, that I use for this hairstyle. I guess it's like what's next? What's next in regards to what bronze bigs? I'll wait a little bit for you to respond in regards to what's next. But yeah. But yeah, if y'all want me to do more lives, then let me know what topics y'all come across that y'all want me to talk about. because I'm definitely happy to talk about them. I do want to do more lives, actually. So yeah. Bro, okay. After being natural for years, what is next? I mean, another thing is that why do we have to call it being natural? That's another thing. Why I just can't be I'm just me and this is my hair, right? Um, that's another thing. That's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother topic. What is next? Because at the end of the day, I feel like, yeah, I'm considered natural because that's the word we use and we gave ourselves. But at the end of the day, I'm just me. Like I wake up with the hair on my head, just like somebody else with a different race wake up with the hair on their head. What's the difference? I mean, what's next is that I keep doing my hair the way I do it, and they keep doing the hair the way they do it. But I mean, I get what you're saying as far as what's next, but I mean, that's why people are, doing so many different trends and with their hair, trying to, have fun with it. I see why people are so emotionally invested in their hair being relaxed or natural, but I never felt any kind of emotion, anything around my hair. Yeah. In the beginning, I had emotions. Right now, um, I don't necessarily have any emotions. Like I said, I wake up like this, I go to sleep like this, and it's just what it is. I mean, I have natural hair because that's what we call it. But at the end of the day, my hair is just my hair. Just like, the hair on the white person's hair is their hair. They're not waking up talking about, I don't have natural white hair. No. Why are we talking about we got natural black hair? It's just our hair. But yeah. But again, that's the mindset. That's the mindset we've given ourselves that we're natural. But at the end of the day, I wake up like this, I go to sleep like this, and that's just what it is. But yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. I've been on here for almost I've been on here for almost an hour. But I really enjoy being on here with y'all. Y'all entertain me. I really like the healthy discussion. If you're going to be watching this on the replay, please go ahead and comment. I'll be happy to join in the discussion in the comments. Please don't come for me because I did not send for you, kind of thing. So, yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. If you want to catch the replay, I'm going to I'm gonna post it in a couple minutes. I'm gonna change the description real quick. I'm a hairdresser and I try to sympathize with people's feelings about their hair, but I kind of don't get it. Just do you. Yeah, I agree. Just do you. But we make this whole thing within the Black community that it's all about our hair. I mean, what's her name? India Ari says she's not her hair. So why are we our hair? But I mean, it's a thing that people are able, I mean, I don't know. I like the idea that, natural hair is a thing because in the Black community, we grew up not knowing, well, at least for me, I grew up not knowing nothing about it. You grow up and you turn 3 or 2 and you start getting relaxes and that's your life. So, but yeah, so it really has to do with you doing you. And so I do want people to be educated though in regards to relaxers. Like I don't want people to just be putting relaxers on their hair just because that was the thing to do. I mean, that's what I was doing. I want you to have some kind of knowledge and the understanding behind the mindset of why you're getting a relaxer or why you're going natural. Like I said, I don't want nobody going natural. If you're going natural just because it's a trend, just because it's the thing to do when you see other people doing it, I want you to go natural because you want to wake up being you. You want people to see you as you. You don't want people to, see you one day with straight hair and then the next day with curly and they don't know who you are, At least let that be a option. Like if you want to have straight hair, then go get a silk press or something like that, which is considered a hairstyle for us naturals. But I just don't want people hiding behind something because they're hiding out their identity. That's what I don't want. I don't want people hiding behind something who they're not. And people do that with weave too. And we can have a whole live about weave and being renewed from that mind, because that's a whole nother thing that really will get under people's skin. But yeah, that has something to do with your mind. You have to be comfortable waking up like this and going to sleep like this. I really do like the Beyonce song, I woke up like this. Because literally, like, you have to be comfortable with waking up like who you are. But yeah. I don't have anything else to say about it. I just want to keep reiterating though that I'm not bashing anybody about relaxers. You gonna do you, I'm gonna do me. Go and get your relaxer if that's what you want. And don't go natural if you feel pressured and you're trying to be something you're not. Discover who you are internally. I know when I was a kid, I hated my mom doing my natural hair. I was so relieved to have me. But it's important to just know how to take care of your hair, whatever you have. Yeah. To be honest, I didn't know I wasn't taking care of my relaxed hair, period. And in the beginning of my natural hair, it was just natural hair. I was using pink lotion and all kinds of stuff. Like, but then I had the mindset change. But yeah. But why put something on your head that literally burns? Yeah, we do need to wake up. We just need to wake up, period. Regardless of your hair, we just need to be woke. But yeah, the whole burning thing. But that's another thing that was in the comment post. People was like, people was doing it wrong. It's not supposed to burn. You're not supposed to put it on your scalp. There's a technique to it, but I don't care what the technique is. I mean, like I said, mindset. I'm thinking about the mind. Like, what in your mind? Yeah, I don't want to keep repeating the same thing, but it's really a mindset thing. It's really a mindset. It's a mindset to being natural. It's a mindset behind being relaxed, and you just have to choose which one you want to be. That's it. But yeah, I'll continue to talk to y'all in the comments. If you continue to comment on this post, on this video, I will continue to talk to you on there. But I thank y'all for being with me, rocking with me for almost an hour. If y'all been here almost an hour, I want to thank y'all for rocking with me. And I will see y'all in the next. Y'all just keep on saying stuff, huh? You can't help but to get it on your scalp, right? But now they said that it ain't supposed to be on your scalp. That's what they said. That's what the cosmetologist said. My hair started thriving when I started to do it. My mom just didn't know what she was doing. Yeah. My mom didn't know what she was doing. I'm sorry, Mom, if you're watching this. Did you really do my relaxers? I don't know. I just know I went to my auntie. My auntie was doing my relaxers because I trust my auntie to do it. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah. But anyways, y'all, I'm gonna talk to y'all in the comments. Oh, thank you, MT. I'm gonna talk to y'all in the comments because I'm getting sweaty. It's hot and this ring light is hot. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to y'all in the comments. I really appreciate again y'all rocking with me for this hour. I want to talk to y'all more about other topics. If y'all want to talk about weave, just don't argue with me now. If y'all want to talk about weave and extensions, we can do that on the next live. If y'all want to, just don't argue with me about it, cause just don't argue with me, cause I got a lot to say about that one. But anyways, yeah. So good night, y'all. I will see y'all in my morning video. Make sure you hit that notification bell because it's gonna be dropping 10 a.m. My mom never thought she had long hair. Then her hairdresser now she has. See, yep. That's good for your mom, Celeste. But yeah, all right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Bye.